We're here in Sisters with Jeanette Pilak, the Executive Director of the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. Second Saturday of July is almost upon us, Jeanette, and you're putting on the finishing touches of this year's quilt show?
We are, and we have a lot of activities that kick off tomorrow, Sunday, which is our fiber art stroll. We'll have more than 23 artists around town that will give hands-on demonstrations. You too could learn how to dye fabric or hook a rug and just see the art up close and personal. In addition, our quilt walk is on the entire month of July, so there's more than 120 businesses that host a quilt inside. So while you're shopping or getting a bite to eat, you can look at the quilts that are there in those sponsor venues.
Now we have, Sisters, a little over 2,000 people here, but we're going to have quite a few more folks the second weekend in July, right?
The population swells to about 680% increase, somewhere around 10 to 12,000 folks who attend the show. And they come from about 23 different states regularly, including across the world. We have folks coming from England, New Zealand, Australia, South America, South Africa, and Central America.
This is the world's largest outdoor quilt show, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, boy.
And it is a quilt show that's open to anybody, so you can see a first-time quilt made, or you can see master quilt work here as well. We have the next generation of quilters who are quilts made by young folks under the age of 18, and I think our youngest this year is age 8. Some kids from a 4-H group all got together and made quilts specifically for the show. We have quilts in manland, so those are quilts that are featured specifically by men, and many men are finding quilting very therapeutic, and they love the long arm machines, the big power tools of quilting that are available now.
The men behind the quilts, you also have a calendar for this too, right?
That's correct. These are featuring community members who give a lot to our community in a variety of different ways. And they were kind enough to volunteer to pose in the natural settings with some beautiful quilts made. And that is our annual fundraiser. So we're selling the quilts in many of the businesses in Sisters and Bend. And you can buy them, and that will help support the quilt show. In addition, we auction off those quilts that are inside the calendar. And that's a fundraiser to help us continue to produce the show.
Excellent. So when I come to Sisters for the weekend or for Saturday, where are the best spots to see the quilts?
Now, it's really great to come early when it's nice and cool and watch the quilts going up. It's a magical transformation. And we put the quilts on every building, on every fence, on every railing that's available to us. And so it really becomes a wall of color. There are exhibits in courtyards of our galleries and in our restaurants, so just about anywhere you go, if you stop for a bite to eat, you're going to get to be able to see some of these exhibits.
Not only viewing the quilts, but if somebody like me who doesn't have a whole lot of experience, I have zero experience when it comes to quilting, so I could come and learn as a beginner because you have all these different classes and workshops too. Right?
That's correct. The week before the quilt show is a variety of classes called Quilters Affair, produced by the Stitching Post. And there's about 1,600 quilters who have signed up for those lessons. And it's everything from beginning to fabric dyeing to very masterful techniques that happen for that week. And
you mentioned earlier about supporting the troops and how does the quilt show play in that regard?
This year we're very fortunate to be one of 19 venues who are hosting a national touring exhibit called Quilted in Honor by Island Batik. And Island Batik is a U.S. fabric company who united the entire quilting industry around focusing on our servicemen and women and what they do for our country. So that exhibit will be at the Sisters School Administration Building, and you can look at those and meet some of the celebrity quilters who've made those quilts.
Excellent. Jeanette Pilak is the Executive Director of the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, and the economy is going to be, getting a little boost this weekend. How much money did you say?
It's true. Typically the quilt show brings in about $1.7 million of economic impact. That's folks who come and spend money, buy their meals here, stay overnight lodging. About 4,000 hotel rooms are taken up in Central Oregon for the week of quilt show. So it's good business for everybody.
Well, if you want to see the best quilts in the world, this is the place to be the second Saturday in July. Thanks, Jeanette.
Thank you.